Hey! Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the week in review, the update that snuck in, and also the wipes happening for main branch in our custom servers for Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And yes, I am Jade Monkey. Okay, so we got a lot to break down here. That sneaky update changed things for us on custom servers, but also gave us a nice tip of the hat to the future. But I want to make sure that we cover this as well because we do have new skin sets coming in on the 14th of December, which is Thursday. And what that means is basically that our first hazmat skin, the drifter set, is going to rotate out. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time. Because I don't know when that'll come back in. You can buy things individually if you'd like to, and we'll obviously be covering the new skin sets when those do happen. Okay, so a lot to cover with the custom server stuff. I'm going to read some of it off so you guys won't be able to see it. But one of the biggest things here, and kind of a secret feature they turned off, but we definitely caught it. It says removed rateable bases and junkyard from G-Portal page. Well, junkyard is self-explanatory, isn't it? It's associated with cars. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Even though you would turn it on, it still would not spawn in. We even tried it when you'd wipe the map. We tried it in multiple variations to see if it needed room. But it does not spawn in, so that was not functioning. But the rateable bases did, kind of. But here's the deal. You'd spawn it in and see a big blank spot on the map, but you'd actually see it on the map. It would say rateable base, which was very exciting. But if you went close enough to look around, there is a control surface over there. And if you get close enough, you can interact with it, and we got to see some menus. So it's just really nice to see that they're thinking that far ahead. And it kind of looks like maybe something like Base Invaders, question mark, not really sure. It was just really cool to see it, and it looks more like you would set those conditions and like raid times, and then maybe you'd have time to build something. It looked very work in progress, so it's really hard to say, but it's really cool to see that they are thinking about that kind of stuff way, way, way ahead, and that they even had some of the control stuff in the game and ready to interact with, even though it wasn't fully flushed out. So very exciting. Let's pop over here. They do have a new command to monument spawns.force config command to respawn recycler configs. It's a way to forcefully spawn them. We do have a video on that already. Yeah, you know what? We might as well go over here and show it off. Here's a video on what we do have and how to spawn recyclers multiple different ways. I'll go ahead and link that now in the upper right hand corner if you want to go check that out. It's a manual way and then also an automatic way. So some of these new features that they did add in here, things like print position and print rotation, are going to help us with those as well. And also that monuments spawn.force spawn config also will help you if these are kind of stuck. But usually if things aren't working in the automatic way, the manual way is the way to go. So these are the commands. What's really cool, because you don't have to actually pop in and out of owner to admin and then back and forth. You can actually use this if you're an admin or higher. So print position obviously gives you an XYZ of your position, and rotation does the same thing, but with rotation. So 3 coordinates there, or 3 axes rather. So that's actually quite helpful, because then you can just use the regular spawn. So you can use these now to find your position in conjunction with this in the manual fashion. So just want to put that out there. We'll have an updated video on this, but people that are looking to get their recyclers up and running now, we've had that question quite a bit, which I get it. We did too. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let's go back here. Let me make sure I got everything else on this little update here. By the way, VIPs can no longer enter the queues larger than 200 to prevent server instability, which is totally fine. There are making some tweaks to the PvE/PvP zones, which is cool. And I think that's most of it. Oh yeah, they took out our ability to spawn some old legacy items, but also some unreleased items too. So that's why those things aren't working anymore, which kind of sucks for sure. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the big glitch that's happening for custom servers at the moment, and this pretty much affects everybody because there's so many solo, duo, trio servers or just team restrictions, including ours. Here's the deal. The team system is broken after the server restarts. It will throw people into random parties, and then it breaks that whole code lock system for the restrictions. So because of that, our original server that was going to be a solo server isn't going to function until that's fixed. And obviously our solo, duo, trio server that we currently have has to be, next time there's a forced restart, we're going to have to basically wipe the map because we had no idea that it was stuck. We will try to turn off the team restrictions for code locks to see if that fixes it for our server. But in my testing that I've seen so far, it looks like once the server restarts, it pretty much breaks that team system. So everybody's ownership and authorization gets all jumbled up, essentially is what that means. So just be careful. Essentially just turn off your code lock restrictions if you want to do any kind of server like that. I know it's more work for the admins, but it's going to help in the long run because it's quite broken at the moment. So hopefully they do fix that relatively soon, because that's probably the most popular game type that's out there. So just want to put it out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. All right, so on to our server wipes and what our servers look like. We now are running 2 servers, so be careful. There's a lot of copycats out there. You can search Jade. And I know like the player counts on the right don't always update all the time. So since our new server isn't up yet, I know it says 0 out of 100, excuse me. Ooh, I'm still sick. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Just look for these exactly. We'll have other ways here in the future that you guys will be able to pinpoint these much easier. But our biggest one right now is the Jade Monkey 2X in the blue. Solo Duo Trio, BPs, Recycler stacks, Big Boy stacks. So that full wipes, because that's a weekly server, on the 14th, Thursday, 2023. By far our most popular server. That's the same one we had for the beta. And then we open this one up here, and this one, the orange one on the top, is going to be a solo server or solo duo trio, solo duo server at some point. But we had to take off the team restrictions because things are a little wacky. So that is a bi-weekly. It's soft wipes on the 14th, Thursday, 2023, which means you keep the blueprints, but the map wipes or even rotates. I think we have a couple different maps in mind that we're going to use for that as well. This will definitely come up in popularity. I think that it's just because there's so much confusion out there. And anybody who has a server that's copying our server, let me just put it out there for a second, okay? It's not going to add population, and even if it does, they'll realize that they've been duped, and they're going to leave anyways. So you might as well just build a community on your own idea or your own name or brand. It really, people, as soon as they find out it's not the real server, they immediately leave and come to ours. So, I mean, I don't think that's how people want to build their communities. I mean, and it's like, hey, man, I mean, you're spending 20 bucks, you know, do something else with it instead of trying to copy us or try to trick people. So, if anything, it's just confusing people, and it's making it harder for people to find the server that they do want. So just a little PSA out there for people trying to find it. Here's the thing. Once you do find us, just look for me. I'm Jade Space Supremacy. I'm always floating around on the server. I stream from there as well. Once you do find it, favorite it. It helps with this problem with people trying to clone the server or try to make it look like it's me, but it's not. So just be on the lookout. Like I said, we should have some stuff in the future to help pinpoint this, make it much easier for people to find. So stick around. We'll figure it out. But really, if you want to find the bumpin' server, it's going to be the blue one, which is the solo duo, all BPs unlocked, recycler stacks, all that good stuff. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go on to the wipes. Right. I think that's everything for this. It was the teams and then that update that they snuck in. Okay, so monthly main branch. Yes, people are playing over there. Gingerbread Mines are also the Christmas event is over there on main branch. And I don't think we can turn it on for customs. I've tried a couple different ways, by the way. So if you're looking for that, you got to go to main branch. Thursday, December 14th, 2023, we have a no wipe situation for the monthly servers for main branch. That means you keep the BPs and you keep the map. But the next scheduled soft wipe for main branch monthly is going to be December 28th, 2023. So keep that in mind. Oops. Let's go over to weeklies. Main branch, Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Also a good time now, even before this wipe happens, to get in, stack some BPs if you want to. Weeklies are a lot of fun, for sure. But I know a lot of people are over on custom servers, which I fully understand. But there are still a lot of people playing on main branch. Over here is a soft wipe, and what that translates to is you keep the blueprints, but the map wipes, so you keep the knowledge, but you lose everything else. Servers come back online at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. PST, and 7:30 p.m. BST. And speaking of our servers, I'm kind of leaning towards doing like a 5 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Eastern for ours. I think it helps because we're in that time zone, or at least the servers are. And I think it kind of helps with that, maybe. Usually it's been around like 5 or 6 p.m. roughly. And by the way, on the blue server, since it's all BPs unlocked, I do a purge event like an hour beforehand. I will not do it for the orange server because that's bi-weekly. Obviously, it's not going to be as aggressive as with the progression. So yeah, keep that in mind. So if you're in there and you're like on the blue server, right, the solo duo trio all BPs, and you're like, man, I got a bunch of stuff spawned in, it's because in the last hour everybody just raids everybody else, and it's kind of a fun way to wipe the map. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's just how we're rolling. That's how we're doing it. So yeah, it's been very exciting with the custom servers. If they keep making those modifications, changes, and updates, it's going to make it so much better. And I can't wait to see what they bring in the future. I can't wait to see what 2024 brings in for us. And if you'd like to see cheaters getting what they deserve, be sure to check out my cheater or admin versus cheater video already up on the end screen. And hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream /video or even on the custom server. All right, love you. Bye.